Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Wyatt Goolsby. We are welcoming back Gloria Purvis, chairperson for Black Catholics United for Life. Gloria, we have been talking with you here about the redefinition of marriage for months now, and now it's law, of course, from the Supreme Court decision. A lot of people are comparing the Supreme Court decision to the civil rights movement, specifically Loving versus Virginia, the 1960s case that struck down bans on interracial marriage. What do you make of that comparison?
Well, I think we first have to look at what was the understanding of marriage when they first introduced interracial bans. The understanding of marriage was that it was a union of male and female ordered to the procreation of children. Interracial bans redefined marriage by inserting a non-essential element, race, into marriage for the reasons of racial purity. Fast forward to today, same-sex marriage advocates also redefined marriage to remove what is essential, gender, to get around that procreative aspect for reasons of sexual egalitarianism. So they are alike in that they both redefined marriage, one for purposes of racial purity and the other for purposes of sexual egalitarianism. One inserted what was not essential, race, and one removed what was essential, gender.
Well, as you know, Gloria, in the popular culture, this decision has been pushed upon so many of us of faith. How can Catholics uphold their belief in marriage without necessarily being hostile towards other people like that?
Well, they need to understand the Church's teaching on marriage, which in essence is it's faithful, fruitful, and forever. And as long as we could share that positive, uplifting vision of marriage, I think that will really help.
And so now from a legal standpoint, then how do you think Catholics can respond to the Supreme Court's ruling on marriage?
Well, one thing I think we need to say also is to help people understand the difference between same-sex marriage movement and the civil rights movement. There's been an analogy saying that they are the same, and they aren't, because if you look, let's take a simple look at a black man in the 1800s could not vote or own land. A white homosexual man in the 1800s could do both. There was no prescription on the white male homosexual in law as there was on the black man, and we saw those laws moving forward through the black codes as well as through Jim Crow. So I think we need to understand that there's a difference. And then I think today we need to understand our First Amendment rights and understanding religious freedom and how that applies to us, and that the state's definition of religion should not be imposed on us. We should be free to live out our own understanding of our faith.
Very good. All very good points. Gloria Purvis, always good to have you on the program.
Thank you, Wyatt.